everyone, it's Hayes, and in today's video we are going to be discussing Alya and Marinette's relationship post Gang of Secrets. So if you haven't seen Gang of Secrets yet, I'm about to spoil the ending for you, and it's an amazing ending, so I'd recommend going to watch it first. So at this point I'm assuming you have seen Gang of Secrets, so as we all know, Marinette tells Alya that she's Ladybug in the final scene of Gang of Secrets. And I have somewhat calmed down a bit since Saturday. If you watch my commentary and analysis video on Saturday, I was kind of hyper excited, I was just feeling so many things. I had a lot of trouble writing the notes for that video because I was so on edge, but I was so happy and excited and emotional. I wasn't having any coherent thoughts. So I wanted in that video to discuss the future of Alya and Marinette's relationship together, but I honestly couldn't think straight. So I wanted to give it a couple of days, discuss with you all in the comments. So I've kind of put together everyone's ideas with my own ideas and tried to make a coherent list of what might change and how it might change, how it might impact their relationship going forward, essentially. So right off the bat, I think, in my opinion, I've seen some people on Tumblr and Twitter not agree with this, but just in my opinion, I do feel that Marinette made the right choice. She has been scared pretty much the entire time she was Ladybug about the implications of someone finding out her identity and what that could lead to, and that fear was heightened in season 3 with the episode Chat Blanc. Even though Marinette no longer remembers the sequence of events that leads up to Chat Blanc, she knows after she's defeated him and he's back to Chat Noir, she knows that he still knows her name. So him becoming Chat Blanc obviously has something to do with him finding out her identity. Sorry, the cat's being really needy today. I don't know why she's like this. So it was something to do with him knowing her identity, because when it's all over, he still calls her Marinette. So she's obviously scared about someone finding out about who she is because of an event like that. However, I think Marinette needed to do this for the sake of her mental health. So was it selfish? I guess we could argue yes, it was. However, I really did think she needed to do it, because if she waited any longer to do this, she could have told someone else who didn't have her best interests at heart. I think she made the right choice. With the information we know at the minute, I think she made the right choice. Obviously later on in the series, or just later on in the show in general, we've got at least 3 more seasons to get through, this could backfire on her in the long term, but right then, in that moment, I believe she made the right decision. And also Alya's reaction's the next thing I want to talk about. So in that moment, Alya just hugs Marinette. Marinette says, "Je suis Ladybug," and Alya hugs her. End of the episode. And I think that was the correct response. Part of me was kind of expecting her to have like a fangirl moment, but Alya could obviously see how upset Marinette was. They saw her at the start of the episode extremely upset, and again at the end of the episode, Marinette pretty much breaks down in front of Alya. So I think the hug was definitely the right reaction in that moment, but I definitely think Alya will 100% have her fangirl moment. So what I'm hoping is that episode 4, which I've no idea when it's coming out, by the way, still haven't heard anything about dates for new episodes. I don't think it's this weekend. I've checked TV guides in Brazil, in Germany, in Switzerland and in France, and I can't find anything. They're airing other episodes, like older episodes, but no new episodes. So yeah, but obviously those TV guides change all the time, and I don't have time to be checking them all day every day for any slight changes in the schedule, but I haven't found any new dates so far for episodes. So I hope episode 4 opens with either it picking up right where Gang of Secrets ends, or it just opens, or near the start of the episode anyway, we get a scene with Marinette and Alya of them together and talking about this new revelation. So not only is Alya gonna completely fangirl over Marinette being Ladybug, she's also gonna reevaluate pretty much every single time Alya has spent with Ladybug. So for example, in Origins, when she said Ladybug was all these amazing things and Marinette wasn't sure about it, like, I don't know, is Marinette gonna tell Alya that Alya is the reason Marinette is still Ladybug? Because if you remember, in the first episode, Origins, Marinette was semi-successful as Ladybug, and then she kind of decided that no, she can't do it, and she actually put her earrings in Alya's bag because she thought Alya would be a much better Ladybug. But after Alya's words, and also having to save Alya, that made Marinette become Ladybug again. Alya is a pretty big reason as to why Marinette is still Ladybug now. I'm sure Alya is also going to reevaluate episodes like Sapites, when Ladybug gave her the Miraculous for the first time. And I'm not sure what episode it's in. Is it series 1? I want to say the Pharaoh, but I can't quite remember. Please let me know. But Marinette arranges with Ladybug, obviously arranges it with herself. She arranges Alya to go and interview her, and she's just going to completely reevaluate every single moment she's ever spent with Ladybug. And also other events like Horrificator, when the whole class was in danger, similar to something like Zombie Zoo. She's going to reevaluate things like that first time Marinette was Ladybug, or things like Heroes Day, all the big battles. Like, she's just... I feel like Alya's going to be blown out of her mind, essentially. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Alya and Marinette's relationship develop. I'm pretty sure Alya's definitely going to be coming over to Marinette's more. They're going to be doing some Kwami sitting together. I can't wait to see Alya get to interact with all the Kwamis. I'm assuming it's going to happen. I'm so excited for it. So not only is Alya going to reevaluate every single time she spent with Ladybug and Marinette, she's also probably going to be doing a lot of apologising concerning the situation with Lila. So if you remember back in Volpina, the first time we see Lila, one of Lila's like starting lies was that she was friends with Ladybug, and Marinette was like, no, you're not. And she can disprove that, I guess, because she's Ladybug and she's definitely not friends with Lila. We all know how Marinette feels about Lila. It's also going to put like the episode Chameleon into perspective, another one with Lila, and also the episode Ladybug. Alya was starting to question Lila in that episode, but without a shadow of a doubt, every single event to do with Lila, whether or not Lila was there, it's just going to completely change in the way Alya sees it. And I feel as much as she's going to hug Marinette and want to support her and also fangirl over her, she's probably also going to have to apologise at some point for that. One thing I am concerned about though is like how the dynamic is going to change between Alya and Marinette. So as much as Marinette does have leadership qualities, she's quite happy in their friendship group. She's quite happy in their friendship group to take a back seat. Generally in the friendship group, it seems to me that Alya is the one in charge, and in like both friendship groups. So in the friendship group of Alya, Marinette, Adrian and Nino, as well as the group of Alya, Marinette, Julika, Rose, Milan, Alex... Did I miss one? It was all of them, right? Yeah, but either way, Alya is kind of in charge. She is the friend that brings them all together into this group, and I guess is like the leader of them, even though, you know what I mean, like you have that one friend in your group who's the one in charge. When you're not sure what to do, you look to them. When you all want to meet up together, you look to them to arrange it. She is the friend in charge. I am not the friend in my friendship group who does that. I am definitely the Marinette of the friendship group. I have leadership qualities, but I'll just let somebody else do it, but that's because I'm lazy, not because I'm shy. I'm very lazy. So taking that into consideration, I can't help but feel that their dynamic as friends is going to change, because Alya knows how great of a leader Marinette truly is. Like every single time, I'm pretty sure Alya has been Rena Rouge, she's never once questioned Ladybug. She's just like gone with it. Like Chat Noir doesn't even question Ladybug. Like she could tell him to jump off a building, he'd be like, yeah sure, whatever, no questions asked, I will do it for you. They all trust Ladybug pretty much unconditionally at this point, which is, you know, don't get me wrong, is great since Marinette is a good person. She wouldn't tell them to do anything dangerous, but it's definitely going to change the dynamic between them. And we also need to take into consideration that Marinette is essentially, as Ladybug, she is essentially a celebrity. So while her and Alya are friends, they also have a fan and idol relationship going on. And whilst that relationship was fine before, because Alya didn't know that Marinette was also Ladybug, it's going to be really jarring. So I'm going to be interested to see how their relationship moves forward. Someone in the comments put this really well. They essentially said, Alya is to Marinette what Natalie is to Gabriel, and I was like, yes, I don't remember your name, but yes, that's exactly what's going on here. Hopefully though, Alya will be just as supportive as Natalie, but not quite as like, I don't know, sacrificial, because Natalie was all like, I am ready to literally die for you the same way Emily did Gabriel. So I hope it's not going to be quite like that. However, speaking of relationship dynamics, I definitely think Alya is going to be hanging out with Marinette more, talking about the Kwamis, talking about the power-ups, just everything to do with being Ladybug. And I would then assume that means she's going to be Rena Rouge more often. And whilst I don't hate that, I really like Alya as Rena Rouge. I love her. I love the episodes when we get to see her, and the other heroes as well, not just Rena Rouge. However, I definitely don't want to be seeing her every single episode. Like, we already know in Furious Fu she's not Rena Rouge, and from what we've seen of Queen Banana and Guilt Trip, she's not going to be Rena in those either. And I think by bringing in Rena more, it would kind of ruin the dynamic that Ladybug and Chat Noir have going on. Essentially, they're a really great team together, and whilst they do work well with other people when they need that extra help because of the Akuma, you know, it's a bit weird that time they need the extra help, I feel like, in my opinion, Ladybug and Chat Noir thrive the most when they're together, the same way Hawkmoth and Mayura thrive the most when they're together, not with just Gabriel as Shadow Daddy. So whilst I definitely don't mind seeing Rena more often, I definitely want the majority of the episodes, just what I would personally like, I would still want the majority of the episodes to be Ladybug and Chat Noir fighting together, but I still like seeing the other heroes, just not all the time, not all the time. Speaking of Chat Noir, even though this video is about Alya and Marinette, I feel that we have to consider him, because if he finds out about this, assuming he does, I don't think Ladybug's going to be like if she does tell him. I specifically told this girl named Alya, who we've met before, she's been akumatized several times, she runs a lady blog on me, who is arguably the worst person to tell because she's a journalist. Why does she do this? I don't think she's going to tell him who it was, but Chat Noir is going to be incredibly hurt by it. He has wanted to know since Origins, since the chronological start of the show. He has wanted to know who Ladybug is. He's going to be extremely hurt to find out that she didn't pick him to tell her identity to. He's given her plenty of chances to tell him, including in Genghis Secrets. The episode opened with them essentially on a date. To me it was a date, but let's just say hanging out together. But over the course of the show, he has given her plenty and plenty of chances to tell him her identity. And I had made a video the night before Genghis Secrets was on, discussing the 3 candidates for the identity reveal, how likely I thought it was going to be for each of them, the pros and cons of each one. And what I wanted wasn't actually an identity reveal, it would be Marinette as Ladybug hanging out with Chat Noir more, just so they could support each other, because as they said at the end of Lies, they are lying to each other, and they know they're lying to each other, but because they know that, they're able to trust each other, which I do kind of get. So I was hoping that they could give each other support, and also it would help Ladybug see the other side to Chat, where he'd hopefully be less cheeky if he was giving her support, so Ladybug could fall in love with him and help with the love square. But if I'm being honest with myself, I wanted that because I am a love square standby. I think we're all aware of that. I think Adrian's going to be hurt and he's going to be angry, but he's going to definitely keep it inside. I don't think he's going to really take it out on Ladybug. He doesn't really get angry at her. He got a bit annoyed with her in I think it's Siren, but to be fair, he was still pretty chill about it. You didn't seem that annoyed to me, so I think he's really going to hold it inside, and I guess with his upbringing with his dad, he has no choice but to hold things inside, because he isn't really allowed to confront things because of the life he has. He's just not allowed to do that. So we've already seen Adrian 3 episodes later, well, Chat Noir 3 episodes later in Furious Fu, and he seemed fine with Ladybug to me. He didn't seem annoyed with her. He seemed exactly the same with her. There seemed to be no difference to me. So maybe it's possible that Ladybug told him in episode 4 or 5 and he is trying to hide it, and he's very good at hiding it, or she doesn't tell him until much later on. Now, we've also seen shots of the episode Guilt Trip, and I don't think it's been confirmed about the Akuma exactly, but I've had some people speculating, and I feel like they are correct in this, that they're saying when the pinky purpley bubbles attach to you, they make you feel guilty about something. And maybe by this point it's possible that Ladybug has told Chat Noir that she's told someone her identity, and he's tried to pretend it doesn't affect him, and maybe in Guilt Trip he confesses how he feels about that to her. Again, that was pure speculation, but I definitely think Adrian is gonna have some feelings around this, and I would absolutely love to see an angry Adrian. He doesn't really get angry, he gets a bit annoyed sometimes, like he's got annoyed with Ladybug once, he's got annoyed with like Lila and Chloe before, but he's never been like truly angry. I would love to see him angry. That sounds a bit weird, but I just kind of like to see it, just to give more dimension to his character. However, I do understand why Ladybug didn't tell him. It was due to the events of Chat Blanc, and obviously he doesn't know that. I don't think she really told him anything about it, other than like she was glad that he was safe at the end of it all and that everything was okay. But I understand why she didn't tell him, because she was obviously scared of that happening in the future. So we're coming on to the final point, and now it's about Chat Noir and Alya. Is now Alya going to focus her efforts on maybe working out Chat Noir's identity? I think that could be a definite possibility, and I think Alya also might, I guess, scheme slightly to try and get them together. Everyone in Paris knows the amount of times Ladybug and Chat Noir have kissed, which I think is twice in Dark Cupid and Oblivio, even though Ladybug and Chat Noir don't remember the second one. There's photographic proof of it happening, so I definitely think there might be firstly some teasing involved from Alya. So Marinette has all these different boys like going for her. She had Nino with a crush on her in season 1, so did Nathaniel. She has feelings for Adrian, she had whatever it was going on with Luca, and now this Chat Noir. Obviously we know Chat Noir and Adrian are the same person, but I think Alya's gonna have a really fun time, first of all teasing Marinette about that, but also theorising who Chat Noir could be. However, and I think this is a valid question, is Alya aware, or is really anyone aware, of Adrian's crush on Ladybug? I feel like the only person who knows, please let me know if I'm wrong, but I feel like the only person who really knows is Felix, I think? It seems to me he's the only one who knows, but like we saw in Lies, Ladybug is Adrian's phone background. So if Alya finds out that Ladybug is Adrian's crush, that could be extremely interesting, and I'm really excited. However, there was one person who was just a bit like, what if? And I was like, don't say it, but they went ahead and said it. They were wondering that maybe it was a fake ending, in that maybe Marinette didn't even tell Alya, that it was just something Marinette imagined, or maybe Marinette does tell Alya and then Alya shouts at her for lying to her or something like that. I guess they could be right, because the show has done this to us before with the ending to Frozen. So there's precedent in the show for this to happen. But I'm hoping it doesn't happen, because I don't think my emotions could take it. On Saturday I was emotionally exhausted because of what had happened. I can't do it, I cannot do it. The ending better not be fake. It better... I can't do it. So I'd love to know what you think about Alya and Marinette's relationship moving forward. How do you think it's going to progress? Do you think everything's going to go okay? Do you not think it's going to go okay? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!